Feeling lost in the alphabet soup of product classification? We hear from so many exporters who are. I'm Kari Crane, editor of Shipping Solutions International Trade Blog Passages, and in this video, I'll explain the crucial differences between ECCN, HS, HTS, and Schedule B numbers. But first, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our Basics of Exporting videos, sharing practical advice for exporters and importers. First, it's critical to understand that these classification systems have different purposes. ECCN is for export control purposes. It's used to determine whether an item requires special controls, like a license, before export. HS, HTS, and Schedule B numbers are used to assess duties and taxes on imported goods or to collect export statistics. To learn more about these codes, you should download our free white paper, Export Procedures and Documentation, an in-depth guide, or watch our video, HS codes, HTS codes, and Schedule B codes. What's the difference? Look for links below. In this video, I'll explain classifying goods for export control purposes. There are multiple U.S. agencies that regulate exporting, and different agencies' regulations apply to different products. So first, you need to determine who has jurisdiction over your goods. Most items are controlled by the U.S. Department of Commerce under the Export Administration Regulations, or EAR, but your items may not be, especially if they have a direct military application. In that case, the State Department's Directorate of Defense Trade Controls, or DDTC, may have jurisdiction. In this video, I'll address products controlled by the EAR. The Bureau of Industry and Security, or BIS, is the agency within the Commerce Department whose primary mission is to protect the security of the United States and to promote technology leadership with export controls and treaty compliance. BIS has jurisdiction over dual-use items, commodities, technology, and software that have both civilian and military applications, and these controls are implemented through the EAR. Exporters need to check the Commerce Control List, or CCL, to see if their item has an ECCN, which is a key factor in determining whether you need a license for export. Finding the correct ECCN classification for your products can be challenging, especially if you don't have a strong understanding of the technical specifications of the items. And not all items have an ECCN, but the only way to make that determination is to rule out any potential matches within the CCL. And though it may be difficult, you cannot skip finding the correct classification. It's an important part of complying with the law and avoiding penalties. Let me explain the 3 ways to classify your products for export controls. 1. Self-classify your products. Self-classification is exactly what it sounds like. You are solely responsible for determining your product's classification. This requires a technical understanding of your item and understanding of the structure and format of the CCL. All ECCNs are listed in the CCL. Here's one way to self-classify. Begin by searching for your item on the CCL index. When you find a potential ECCN, read through the ECCN entry on the CCL before determining if your item fits into the parameters of that ECCN. If the ECCN contains a list under the item's heading, broken down into subparagraphs, read through these subparagraphs to determine that your item meets the technical specifications listed in the ECCN category. You may need to review more than one ECCN description before you find the correct ECCN entry. Simplify this process by using Shipping Solutions product classification software. It allows you to search for the correct ECCN number for your product by entering either the first part of the ECCN number or a text description of your product. 2. Request an official classification from BIS. Your second option is to submit a commodity classification request online through the Simplified Network Application Process, redesign, or SNAP-R. Make sure to provide complete documentation for your product, or the classification process will be delayed. 3. Rely on the product vendor. The third way to classify your products for export controls is to go to the source. You can contact the manufacturer, producer, or developer of the item you are exporting to see if they have classified their product and can provide you with the ECCN. However, it's your responsibility to make sure it's up to date and correct. Once the ECCN has been identified, you can determine the reasons for control of the item, which transactions may require an export license based on the country of destination, and which license exceptions, if any, may apply. Download our free How to Determine If You Need an Export License white paper to understand how to make these determinations. If you've reviewed the CCL and are convinced your item doesn't fit into the parameters of any ECCN classification, it doesn't mean you're off the hook for export control. End use and end user are the other reasons controls exist. You may have an item that is designated as EAR 99, but still requires an export license. We explain more about these types of export restrictions in the free guide, What You Need to Know About Export Compliance, linked below. Every export item has an HTS or Schedule B code, but not every item has an ECCN. It's important to check if your item has both. Shipping Solutions product classification software can help. Enter a brief description of your product into the software, and then it will display potential matches along with notes about each option. If you liked this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more videos sharing real practical advice for exporters. You'll also find hundreds of articles about every aspect of exporting at shippingsolutions.com/blog. Look for a link below.